Coach, they say everything's bigger in Texas. Maybe everything's bigger against Texas. In your first ever game against a team from the Lone Star State, huge non-conference victory here at home for you today to close out that non-conference series. Give me just your first post-game thoughts on your team's efforts today.
Well, my wife's from Texas, and so you got to be real careful with how you talk about Texas. It was crazy that this is our first game against any Texas team in our history, 130 years. Honestly, that was a fun locker room that I just left. Thought we played complimentary football. I think Texas State's a good football team, and we had to play. That's the thing. We had to play. We had to play at a high level, and it was. I mean, there were issues in all three phases, but I think that all three phases did some really good things. It was the first time I think that we have this feeling, in 4 games now that feels though that it was far from perfect, but that we played good football. Our biggest deal was to take care of the ball and take the ball away. They had taken the ball away 9 times in 3 games. There were 6 fumbles that they didn't get, but had forced on other people. So, 15, legitimate opportunities. And so we couldn't allow for them to take the ball away from us. And so I felt really good about our ball security and our ball awareness. And then defensively, what a huge takeaway that was. That was a big time in the game, because again, just like the UMass game, there's a stretch there where if they'd got things rolling and whatnot, could have made it much closer. But we took the ball away and went down. I think we kicked a field goal after that, but still got points, and I think it made it 17 at that point. So no, it was a good effort today.
I want to be careful how I word this, because I know it's a fine line. You've talked so much in 8 years about the mantra of closing the gap, going from a program that wasn't winning games to starting to win games. And I know that part of the iteration of that is then winning games that you can control, not letting a team back into it, really just dominating from start to finish and finishing maybe stronger than you started. This is one of the games that clearly happened. I know that that's got to be a step for you, almost a check mark. Again, more games to play. You have to do it week to week, but you've got to be proud of that effort.
Yeah, we haven't had too many games that have gone like this, to your point, against a quality opponent. But yeah, this is one day. This is one game. We got 3 first downs a couple of weeks ago against Wisconsin. Not a whole lot to be proud about. So today was really good. I think what I'm excited about in terms of closing the gap is the maturity of our guys. I'm in there in the locker room, and guys are celebrating and encouraging each other, shout outs and all that. And there's people talking about going 1-0. That is a really good sign. We have a 24-hour rule, get to enjoy this for 24 hours and we get back together tomorrow. We got to learn from it, the good, the bad, the ugly, and flush it and get ready for conference play. Nothing waits. And this game has nothing to do with next week. Our guys understand that. So I think in that way, we have closed the gap.
Let's talk about your quarterback. You can't talk about this game without talking about Ben Bryant. 20 for 33, another game over 200 yards, passing 228 through the air for him, and 3 touchdowns. Definitely played strong today. It seemed like on a vast majority of the passing plays, he had all day to throw it back there. But they did start to bring some more pressure in the second half. One thing I noticed was Ben Bryant's footwork, being able to elude some of those sacks and keep plays alive, and then make smart decisions to either hit a receiver downfield or just get out of bounds. Talking about the maturity of your quarterback, who I know is only in his first year, but really has played a lot of football in this day.
Yeah, well, you said it. He would be the first guy to say that he had a ton of time with our offensive line today. Really good routes by receivers. We did have some drop balls that, I think the guys are going to have a tough time watching the film tomorrow in terms of that. But Ben is really playing well. You're right. He's pretty good in the pocket. He's shown that he can beat with his feet. He kept the one zone read and Coach Pike's in the phones going, go down, go down, go down. He just kept going and then got it in the end zone. So threw the ball, saw the field well today. I just think a lot of people played really well. And obviously that position is incredibly important, and we're excited about what he's doing.
Some of your playmakers on the offensive side of the ball, obviously you told us in the press conference this week, Darius Boone, you thought could come back and have a really good game this week. He certainly did that, led your team in rushing 86 yards. 3 different receivers come up with a touchdown grab. Someone in Dylan Drummond, who I know has been making a lot of contributions, but now on the stat sheet finally jumps through. The weapons that you guys are displaying on offense, and not even to mention people like Thomas Odukoya, who are just moving heaven and earth to get your quarterback open. Talk about your assessment just of that effort today from those playmakers on the offense.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, start with a running game. I think we were pretty equal. Had a little over 500 yards, and it was about 250 on the air and 250 on the ground. So we do like to be able to have equal proficiency, in the air and on the ground. So that was really good. Dylan Drummond has just been fantastic for us all the way through. He does so many things that people don't see or don't notice, but today, the ball did come his way and got his first touchdown pass. Yeah. Kudos to Bryson Cannon on that because of his protection. He was having to seal the line, and Dylan really kind of stepped up, looked like a quarterback, and then threw it to Thomas. So that was a fun play for sure. But we also got to play a lot of people today, as the game went on, and it's just a fun locker room. Guys are legitimately excited for each other. And I love that, and that's who our team is. And we got a lot to look forward to.
We've asked you for years and years now about the adjustments that Neil Nethery is able to make at halftime. Another prime example today, your defensive effort, certainly impressive the whole game, but in the second half as well, against a team that's really taken some explosive plays this year and did that a few times in the first half, but really a nice job of shutting them down. And it was your defensive line, who we've talked a lot about early on in the season, but your young secondary today really, really stepped up in the second half. I know you must be impressed with what they were able to put together in this game. Yeah,
I mean, again, the score ended up getting away, but I mean, this was a good football team, and this was a good football game. They had their offensive line back. They've had transfers beating out, returning starters. Their running backs, we think, are really good. I think that quarterback's super dangerous. We saw that. I think he had 2 different scrambles for touchdowns today, and obviously have guys outside that can do something when they get the ball. And our defense played well. I mean, there's no question. It's hard to contain, an explosive offense, when they're getting that many plays and it's a 3.5 hour long game. We had a 3 and out to start the half, which just, didn't feel good at all. Didn't put them in a great position. Like I said, this is a really good team effort. This is a complementary football with defense and special teams and offense. And there's a lot of guys who stepped up today defensively, and we're proud of them.
Just a few more questions for you before we get you out of here, Coach. I know that, forgive me, I have to ask you this now because I know you have a 24-hour rule about celebrating these things. I told you before we walked into this, biggest FBS non-conference win for this program since 1995. I know you like to stay 1-0. I know you like to think about one game at a time, but what does a statistic like that mean for the direction of this program?
Well, I mean that ends up being a deep question because we're trying, to make this program special. We're trying to allow for the people who are at this university in Ypsilanti and in this region be proud of who we are as a program on and off the field. And so when you do some firsts in a long time, it's not a first, those sometimes are, markers along the way of, positive steps that are being taken. And again, I think this is a quality football team that we played. Yeah. And so it feels really good because I think it was a quality football team.
Now looking ahead a little bit to next week, you'll have to break this one down. You'll have to break down film moving forward for Northern Illinois as you open up MAC play. But thinking about getting into that MAC slate now, I know that you've got just tremendous respect for what Northern Illinois has been able to do under Thomas Hamilton, as well as the whole conference. What does the effort and the discipline have to look like when you go into a MAC conference schedule, knowing that every week it's going to be a challenge to pick up a victory?
Well, that's exactly it. It has no, you can be 0-4, you can be 4-0. Those guys, they beat a Power 5 team already. I mean, Wyoming's obviously really good and played them down, to the wire. I don't know what happened today. I think they played Maine, but I think they're, from what we've seen already, they're way better than they were last year. And last year they gave us a really good game. And so it's just with the MAC, it's exactly what you said. It does not matter what's happened in the non-conference. We know them, they know us, they're really good. We're wanting to be really good. And so it is going to be a huge battle.
Coach, good luck in the week ahead. We'll talk to you Monday as we look ahead to Northern Illinois.
All right, go Eagles.
Ben, big non-conference victory for you guys today here at home. Close out the non-conference, heading into MAC play. Give me just your opening statement, your assessment of what your team was able to do today.
Yeah, I just thought it was an overall great team win. I mean, scoring that many points, and our defense played great. Second half especially, and the line played great. I mean, everyone just played so well, and we're really proud to be 3-1.
I told Coach Creighton, I think there was a few plays, well, really the majority of the game, you could have made a sandwich back there in the pocket with the offensive line.
Yeah.
Talk to me about how important is it to have a group like that that just has so many experienced games under their belt, and then also to complement that with running backs that are unbelievable and a great wide receiving core. I know that's got to be just a dream come true for you as a quarterback.
It just makes my job so easy, and I'm so thankful to be around such a good group of players and coaches, and it's just a great team to be on.
Talk to me a little bit. We'll keep getting into the specifics of the game, but just obviously now in a few weeks into your playing career here with Eastern Michigan, and clearly stepping up and being able to take that role as the primary quarterback. When you were able to go out and have a team win like this, 59 points against a good Texas State team, and a victory today that's the biggest non-conference win over an FBS team for Eastern Michigan in over 20 years. Is this everything that you imagined when you decided to put on the green and white?
Yeah, I mean, it's just so much fun. The people make it so much fun, and we compete hard, and everyone does their jobs, and the coaches coach us well, and we're just prepared and just having such a fun time out there.
Another day where really a trio of your running backs all have success. Two different running backs score a touchdown. Darius Boone doesn't get in the end zone, but goes for 86 yards. What makes each of those guys so special to be able to hand the rock off to?
Yeah, I mean, I'm comfortable with all of them back there. They're all great players, and we're always picking each other up, and I know that they're going to make plays when I give them the ball, and I know they're going to protect me when I'm dropping back to pass, and it's just a great group to be around.
You guys are through the non-conference season, heading into conference play against your MAC opponents starting next week. You open it up with Northern Illinois on the road. Everybody knows when conference season hits, the games are just a little bit more intense. It's a little bit different. What are you looking forward to the most with this team as you guys head into really a quest for a MAC championship?
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to see what the MAC is all about. I mean, I haven't really played a couple of MAC teams in the past, but I'm just excited for our team and everyone to get the chance to show that we're a real contender this year in the MAC, and we can do it.
What does this team have to do to stay grounded, but also be confident as you head into MAC play?
Yeah, I mean, just keep doing what we've been doing. Just come here every week with a good mindset and take what the coaches tell us, and just keep working hard, and good things will happen.
Ben, good luck moving forward against NIU next week and the rest of the conference schedule, and congratulations on a great game today.
Appreciate it.